Hi out there in YouTube land, my name's Daniel and I'm 43 years old and I'm sitting here with my good friends Jenny and Rosemary. Hi girls. I don't think I had one moment in time that I realised I was different. I think I've known it for as long as I can remember. I don't necessarily have the language that we tend to use today around that. I just knew that I was moving through the world in a way that nobody around me seemed to, and some people found that cute and some people found it a pain in the arse. But luckily for me, my parents didn't seem to worry about that, not back then anyway. I don't know what they think now. So yeah, no particular moment in time, just something that has just always been there, always been a little bit different, always liked things a bit different, and so I was just drawn to things that didn't seem to match what everyone else expected from a little girl. So I can't really answer the question any better than that, I don't think. How did that make me feel being different? I think initially, say before I went to school, I was just being, and I think that's one of the benefits of being that age when you're 5 and younger, that there wasn't any expectation of conforming, I guess. Having said that, you know, obviously there are expectations, but I think you get away with a lot more in terms of how you are in the world and how you move through space and time, as it were. But as I got older, I think things got a bit more complicated, and so at home I could be myself, but as I had to move out into the world and deal with school and what have you, it slowly began to dawn on me some of the ramifications for being different. So it was a gradual process that wound up where I think I questioned or got angry a lot, and it's a hard one to answer. How did it make me feel? It didn't make me feel part of things. I felt separate, but at the same time there were times when I felt quite special, or yeah, and I don't think in necessarily an arrogant way, just that I wasn't like everyone else, and I loved doing the things that I did, so which happened to be, in inverted commas, boy things. Yeah, it just got more complicated when I had to get social. So that was a bit tricky. But my parents were great, so if we were at a function where Santa was there, my father would make sure that the toy that I got came out of the blue sack and not the pink sack, and which I was very lucky, you know. If that didn't happen, shit would hit the fan, basically, and I'd go off my nut. But it also taught me, I think, at an early age, the concept of knowing when something's coming from a good place, so and to be gracious about that, or something like gracious. I don't know if that's the term, but the story that goes with that is I can remember my grandmother gave me, for my birthday, when I was about 6, a cradle with a doll in it, and it was just everything. I just couldn't relate to it at all. It was just not what I had in mind. It was nothing. It was as if she didn't really know me. But what she was doing was giving something that clearly cost her a fortune, and she wasn't a wealthy woman. And although I didn't think money, I just knew that she'd gone out of her way to give me something precious and special that I would love, and she just so missed the mark. And I accepted it and thanked her and told her I loved it and all of that stuff. And I don't remember that dolls and that cradle hanging around for too long. I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared. And it might have been when the red scooter appeared. I can't remember, but someone took care of it, and I learnt to be thankful for something that was given to me with love. And I think that set a trend of not taking people's misconceptions at that early age too seriously. So it enabled me to battle on and be who I was for a lot longer. But as I got into teenage life and my early 20s, it was difficult. I can remember stories where I think I was about 14 and my mother said, "Well, Rebecca, you've got to try a bit harder now," and she gave me a handbag for my birthday with tassels on it and all this stuff, and apparently you meant to keep girly products in it and all that sort of shit. And I was just absolutely devastated. I can remember grieving about losing something, and I wasn't sure what it was, but I called it at the time, I think, my childhood in my mind. I'd lost something quite dear to me that I think, looking back, other people were taking for granted, and suddenly I realised that I couldn't take it for granted, and so that was a bit hideous. And I realised that I became the butt of this patronising attitude. So if I was forced into a frock, it was some trade-off deal go down, and anybody around me who saw me in drag like that could see the absurdity in it, and it was a great old joke. So as time went on, things escalated, and I had times of being free, and I had times of feeling quite pissed off and confused and a bit devastated, and what the hell is this world about?
So